Welcome to the Shade Tree Railroad. Just a little bit of experimentation here. Trying to figure out how I'm going to make it look like the water is actually moving over the wheel. I don't think this is going to be it, but it gives me an idea of how to get some movement. I actually have a chute underneath there, and I'm not going to be using cotton like that. But I have a chute underneath there, and I actually have a piece of cellophane tape that's split and then hanging down onto the wheel. And of course I've got to put some water effects on the wheel itself so it looks like there's water actually on the wheel. Yeah, so that's one of the things I've been working on the layout. And I've also been working on roughing in some scenery on this side of our grist mill. And I've done a little bit of more rough grading on my tunnel portals, or the end of the mountain is closer to it. Then I wanted to show you one more thing. Let me move this house out of the way here. I wanted to show you this little building that I picked up at the thrift store. You always have to keep your eyes open at the thrift store. Now you can say, George, that building is awfully small. And I agree. But look a little bit closer, because the people on that building are totally out of scale. They're way too big for the building. But you know what? They're in perfect scale for HO. And if I just turn this around, you can see a couple more on this side. Yeah. And you know what? If I could take the people off of there, and I can actually put that building up in the mountains, way off in the distance, and it would bring it into scale. But my idea was just for the people on it. And I don't know if you've priced what detailed little people cost lately. But let me tell you what I paid for this whole unit. House and all the people and everything else. Look at them cool people, huh? Already painted. How's that for cool, huh? Yeah. 25 cents. Is that a good price or what? 25 cents for that many people alone is a good deal, even if I can't use the building. And I'm thinking that I might be able to make use of the building too, you know? One never knows. But you gotta keep your eyes open for these little deals. There's all kinds of neat details in there, you know? Oh, there you have it. Some more people to populate Shadyville. And maybe a couple of boys that'll be hanging out over here at the Faber grist mill. Oh yeah, you didn't know that this was the Faber grist mill? Oh yeah. Yep. I think it's Hiram Faber. He came over from the United Kingdom back around the turn of the century, and his family has been running this mill probably for 100 years or more. So there you have it. That's some of what I've been puttering around with in the house. It's a cold day out in the garage today, so no work on the gadget bike. But we'll be back at it the first of the week. Temperatures are going to be up into the 60s. How about that? And I was talking to one of the fellas from my church the other day, and he has a sandblaster. I was asking him if he knew of anybody that did sandblasting, and he said, oh, I have 2 sandblasters. He said, you could borrow my small one if you're just doing a bicycle frame. And I said, that would be great. So when I get my gadget bike finished off and we're ready to tear it down, I'm going to be sandblasting the frame before I prime it and paint it again. So there you have it. A little bit of work on the Shade Tree Railroad today. Just puttering around. Thanks for stopping by. Bye now.